Hello everybody, this is Sir Rhino here, and I am playing in the Season 4 Invitational for the Eternal Tournament series. So this is round 1, there's live coverage going on right now, but I'm going to be recording my matches on the side. And that's what this is, you're watching it right now, so thank you so much. We're playing a nice little aggro Combre list, you can see it over there. And I've got to decide if I want to keep this hand. We're against, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's on like a Rakano Rise Daggers kind of deck. It's really interesting. I think I like this. The Obelisk is a little awkward, but some early 2-drops, Finest Hour seems nice. They're like a combination of Armory and Rakano Aggro. There's the Rakano Aggro side of it. Now they know I have a Finest Hour. That's okay by me. I've got to decide if I want to play out the Overseer or the Student here. I think the Student's more valuable in this matchup, so I'd rather try and protect this with Finest Hour, if at all possible. They are not playing Finest Hour. Okay. How important is getting these War Cries stunted in this matchup? Because this can be a valuable tool to get aggressive with, and I'm planning on having an Awakened Student next turn. I think I let this in and keep this around.
Die with honor.
Wow, okay. They're going to be getting a lot of War Cries.
Mind over body.
So now I've got to decide if I want to hold up Finest Hour here to preserve this or get an extra blocker with Initiative Sands down. Plus, this can potentially ram me into Obelisk next turn. The cost is I let down Finest Hour, and they're playing both Torch and Sword of Ikaria. I think it's more important to keep this guy protected. And then I've got to decide if this Tinker Overseer is worth a trade now or not. I think I want to keep the pressure on with it. It could come back to haunt me here. I'm not sure if I'm playing for a shorter or a longer game with that kind of opening. That's pretty wild. Alright, so there's their Justice source. And yeah, so they're going to get a bunch of War Cries. That was going to happen regardless. Alright, and they have no torches, none of that sort of stuff, so. And Artisan. Yeah, they're gonna get something very large at some point. Luckily we have Vanquish for it. Boy, this is a tough spot now, because if they have Vanquish, I'm just in so much trouble no matter what I do here. I can go Xenon Obelisk and not attack at all. That's super conservative here. But it does prevent them from attacking more. If I slam the Obelisk, maybe I just slam in completely. I mean, we're talking 9 damage here. If I do that, I've got to Vanquish if something really large shows up. I haven't presented a Vanquish target yet. The fact is, though, no matter what, they can Vanquish this. So it's just a question of what I want to do, Initiate here and hold up like Finest Hour for no reason and Vanquish for no reason. It's just not an efficient use of my power. So then the question becomes, do I swing with this Awakened Student or not? Like, I can either swing with both, swing with one, or swing with none. He's just going to be resolved to attacking these every turn anyways. 6. I'm getting in for 9. This is really aggressive. I don't know if this aggression is in my favor or not. I'm gonna go with it. With the Finest Hour in hand, a big flyer going, I think this 5 damage is worth. Yeah, there's the Vanquish, though. That attack paid off, unless I didn't attack at all, right? That was the other option, no attack at all. That might be what I have to do here now. Double Obelisk. Let's see here. So that's 6 damage, then plus Finest Hour, they're dead next turn? So they have to have Vanquish? They have to have a double Vanquish draw, and they have 3 in their deck? I think that's my best play here. If they draw a weapon that got all those War Cries that they can play and they kill me, they're going to kill me. I think I just go for lethal here with the War Cry and stuff going. I think that... It's a big risk, but based on the line I took last turn, the line I took this turn, we just gotta hope they don't kill me here, they don't have a flyer here, and we win. Alright, they have a flyer that also takes out my flyer. It also didn't have War Cry, so I can't even Vanquish it for lethal. That really sucks. Yeah, that blows. Do I still attack? I mean, they have to block. They know I have Finest Hour, so they will. And then I play Initiate. And I get to hold up Stand and Finest. The Initiate is bigger than all their units. There's the Deep Forge Plate that kills us. So they drew 2 straight power. Does this actually kill me, though? Let's see here. If I block and Finest, that blocks 6 damage of it. Yeah, I'm still dead. Alright. So they get game 1. I think I played that to my best line of outs there. It was like, once it showed up, it was going to kill us no matter how conservatively I played. I would had to wait another turn to vanquish it still. And they had the vanquish, and then they also had the flyer. So they kind of had the exact tools they needed to win that game. It's not always going to happen. But I think I played that to my given the cards I drew, my best line of play for victory. So let's go sideboard. We are down a game, though, which kind of sucks. And this is a really weird matchup. Like, typically against Armory, I'll bring in my big stuff like Sandstorm Titan and Reality Warden. But they're not Armory. They've got 3 Sword of Ikarias and Auric Runehammer and some Rises and stuff. They only have 1 Deep Forge Plate. They naturally drew Deep Forge Plate, by the way. They're not playing like a playset. That was their 1 Deep Forge Plate, and they drew it. And it's the thing that got all the war cries. So that was also kind of insane. If it wasn't that, I would have also been able to win the game. So what do I want to do here? Do I want to stick with the Flyers? Or do I want to go in a different direction and try and go slightly bigger than them with the Sandstorm Titan Protect plan? Basically, my sideboard is 2 different decks, and I have to decide which deck to go with in what matchups. I think I like the bigger units plan here. I think I like that more, like upping the Protect count. Although they only have Vanquish for Protect, it's really not that much. And they don't have that many Flyers, so Sandstorm Titan's just a big, nasty guy in this matchup. It's really a question of, do I want the Reality Wardens, or do I think those are too slow as well? I like the Combray Healers in this matchup, so those are going to come in. Let's start trimming other stuff. I like all the Finest Hours. I think we still only play 2 Protect. No Cloaks. We're not against Burn. Do I want Obelisks for my unit to keep up? I guess that, again, depends on if I keep this package or not. They have the Silverwing Familiar stuff going on. That makes me like Sandstorm Titan a lot more, the fact that they're trying to load up a Silverwing Familiar. Maybe go for the late game Seraph plan here instead of trying to out-aggro them. So if I do that, if I want to switch to Combray mid-range, I basically just do this. I cut one of these. I keep... The stand-togethers get worse because my curve gets higher. Unless I don't want Reality Wardens. I maybe only want 2. That means I actually probably do want 3 Protects. Do I want the Infinite Hourglass? I think I still do. Being able to attack and block with the same units is important. I like all 4 Finest Hours. They might bring in an extra Vanquish here. I don't know what else they're looking to bring in. Probably more Deep Forge Plates, those seem really good in this matchup. I guess I want all 4 Vanquish? Maybe I only want 3? No, if I'm going for the long game, just dealing with their largest unit's important. Maybe just cut it. I think the cut here is either an Obelisk or a Stand. I think it's an Obelisk. I'm not positive on that. Alright, let's try this one out. This is just a very weird deck I'm up against, so I'm not sure exactly how to do this sideboard. Anyway, let's send out that challenge and get going. Alright, so here we are in game 2. We're down a game. We have a Combray Healer, a Vanquish, and a Stand. I like Combre Healer, but we're on the draw. I think I need to try and get a 2-drop in my opening hand. Instead, we get nothing. Unless we draw a Justice Source, then this gets a little better. And they have a turn 1 Oni Ronin on the play again. Rough. Alright, we found a Justice Source, though. We're definitely getting this Amber Monument out of hand. And this is going to kind of run roughshod on us for a bit here, unless I draw like a Desert Marshal. Man, perfect opening, perfect power. When you got it, you got it. Alright. So we sadly have to pass here, but then we'll start curving out and maybe catching up. It's gonna be a tough sell, though. This is they kind of have their perfect opening, and we've got a bit of a slow roller here. They've already got 3 War Cries and an Artisan buff. No play there is decent for us. I either silence the Warcry or get a 2-5 down. I think we're going to go with the 2-5. I think in a game that might go long like this one, like that's where our game plan is, I kind of want to save these silences for the Quartermasters or to deal with this doohickey. So they have a handful of spells. They're stuck on power. This is what their Warcries hit. This is almost certainly going to eat a Vanquish. But if it doesn't, then I get to stand it the next turn. My other option here is to Finest and immediately silence, but I kind of have that line available later on. I think trying to get one of these to sick as soon as possible and get Stand Together rolling with it is my best line here. Alright, Valkyrie Enforcer, fair enough. If this was Protect, I might not have played this line. Or if this card was Protect, right? Then we're talking about different things here. Might as well start swinging for 5 here. Like, trying to wait till I'm on 7 power to get both of these up at the same time I don't think is very practical. What are my other options here? Again, I have the Enforcer stuff line. If this was an undepleted power, like Awakened Student Enforcer would be tempting here. I'm still going to play this power. If this ends up only being like a 3-3 this game, oh well. Alright, there's the Vanquish. Yeah, so we're just going to lose to Flyers now. I mean, I still have Valkyrie Enforcer with Finest Hour, with Stand Together. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it's close. Desert Marshal's also a really good grab here. So I can go Valkyrie Enforcer, take down 1 Flyer. Still have Finest Hour or Desert Marshal up, depending on what I want. Yeah, it certainly isn't over yet. Then it's a question of, do I want to swing with this Titan? I think I'd rather just have it eat Valkyrie Enforcer, although I'll have a double block available for it. We're just trying to take out as many threats as possible here. So we silence this. Yeah, no, I'm gonna swing with this. Hold up Desert Marshal. Sword of Ikaria on that. So I Finest here to keep it alive. I think this Flyer is more important than anything else here. It's better than suiciding a Desert Marshal and whatever. Alright, we'll take this trade while we can. So I can Awaken Student Desert Marshal into stand, or I can just hold up Desert Marshal stand. I need to ground this for sure. I want to keep the pressure going. I think getting Awakened Student down is better here. So we'll swing with both. Is this attack worth it? I'm gonna have a 3-3. I mean, I'm trading. I don't think this attack's worth it just yet.
Mind over body.
guess this is a little weird. Okay, those are daggers. They're going to be very large. They're at least 2/2s, but they're 4/4s. So now I've got to silence and chump block this. And I don't have a crackback lethal. So now I need to draw Vanquish. Because I don't have crackback lethal. They've still got a handful of spells. Finest Hour. Is there a way to stand Finest Hour lethal here? No. Right, I've got 10, 13... Well, it is lethal, but he chump blocks. So it's not. So how do I do this? Leave this backswing with both of these. Proactively use stand, but hold up Finest Hour? Or do I try and deal with this defensively and then turn it? They've still got a handful of gas, though. Let's see here. I'd hit them for 10. So that either of these units are lethal on the next turn. And it'll be reasonably hard for them to kill this, so that means they'd have to present 2 lethal threats. Still going to use stand to push through the 1 damage here. We get an extra block out of the way, so I think that cuts down on their outs to actually kill me here. They probably have their 1-up Deep Forge Plate in hand again or something, and it's about to just come down. Yeah, they just had Deep Forge Plate both games. I don't die here, though. So I do have an... Right? I can go to 9, 7. Alright. So if I draw another Finest Hour or Stand Together or Obelisk, I can win here? No, because this has Overwhelm Endurance. Right. Alright, looks like we're in the loser's bracket. Drew the power. Alright, wow. They drew their 1 of Deep Forge Plate both games. Although, in Game 2, they probably boarded in 2 extra plates, so it's not that shocking. Boy, man. That sucks. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the loser's bracket. Which, for me, will be next round, so see you then.